Guys, what's the one thing that needs to happen on every single sales call for you to be able to close the prospect? This is one thing that I noticed for myself and other people as well. Even when you become really experienced, when you become really like advanced in sales, when you miss this one thing, this is usually the reason for why you end up in ruts and why you can't close people. And because the thing is, like, when you get more advanced and you do more sales training and you learn more about stuff, you learn all these like advanced kind of tips and tricks and like tie downs and different objection handles and things like that. And it's easy to kind of forget the basics and forget like the core fundamentals of sales. And like everyone that's successful, they always talk about like success is just doing the basics at a very highly efficient level and being really good at doing the basics. And that applies so much to sales, because the thing is, like, the most important thing that needs to happen in every single call is you need to get crystal clear on the problem. You need to get super clear on understanding the prospect's problem. And I know it's for myself, and you're probably right now losing out on deals because you're simply not getting clear on what the problem actually is. You speak to some people, they hop on a call, maybe you just kind of assume that they understand what the problem is, you don't really talk about it, or you speak with someone who's already doing fairly well, and you just kind of assume that because they have these goals, they're gonna be willing to work with you, and you never actually you're too focused on like the questions that you're asking and like the script and following the process, or like using these different tips and tricks that you learn, that you forget about the fundamental that sales is all about just solving problems. So the fundamental of sales, and like I think thinking about it this way is going to help you is simplify your calls and just like think about sales in a way simpler way. And it's at least made me a way more like kind of flexible in how I sell. It's just realizing that sales is about understanding someone's problem. They need to understand that you understand what their problem is. Get crystal clear on exactly what the problem is. Because if you don't know what the problem is, then you can't prescribe a solution. So that's step number one, get crystal clear on the problem. Step number two is helping the person understand exactly how you can help them solve the problem. If you can just do these two things really well, I promise you will be closing deals, because that's what it comes down to. Like cost of inaction and like getting all of these like objection handlers and tie downs and things like that, like it all just comes down to these two key things. It's just like understanding the problem really well and getting them to helping them to understand that you can solve that problem really well. And like if you just understand that, naturally you're going to be doing your tie downs, you're naturally going to be asking the right questions in discovery to understand the problem, you're naturally going to be pitching the right way, because it all just comes down to that. Like every single part of the call just comes down to those two things: understanding the problem and showing them, helping them understand that you can solve the problem. So that's just like something I used recently, like a tool or like a mindset and kind of like a way of thinking about sales. It's made it so much easier, give me more flexibility to like sell kind of how I want and be more flexible in the calls. And in general, just have more fun doing it while being able to close more effectively. Because it's so easy to get into like overthinking, where you're trying to use all these tricks and like the objection handlers and things like that, and like it ends up just backfiring because you forget about the fundamentals. So that's it for today's video, guys. Just like dumb it down, like go back to the basics, just realize what sales actually comes from, like how it actually works, and just apply that. And I think that's going to help you a lot in terms of just being able to close more calls, make more money, help more people. So that's it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, if you experience this yourself, when you've been in slumps, if this is what you've been kind of failing on doing. And leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and then I'll see you guys in the next video tomorrow. Take care, ciao.